Some super thanks to get to. These two from William Cook, kind of in the same mindset, says it's better between PFF, ESPN, Madden is pretty good. Funny, Madden considers the Cowboys a good team, whereas the other two think the Cowboys are below average. Clear consistency of the rankings indicate the individual authors don't know what they are doing. This is on the PFF side. It says the Cowboys are paying on America's team tax. I don't think the Madden rosters are actually out yet. I think that was just like, I'm pretty sure it was just like they reused the one from a year ago as like the overalls. It didn't change anything, so I wouldn't read too much into the Madden side. PFF, ESPN, you're going to have the disagreements. I just think it's a little bit weird when like you do all the individual rankings. This is on PFF, and like two of them crack the top 15, but you were top 15 overall as a team. Like something's wrong in your process. Like that does not compute. That does not. Something went wrong. As a reminder, folks, every $5 super chat gets you into our George Pickens jersey raffle or super thanks if you're watching on demand. So send them in and we'll give you a shout out on the show. A $20 super thanks from Matthew Temple says, with Tyler Booker and Tyler Smith, not only have the best guard duo in the NFL, I think we'll have the best two guards in the NFL. I don't think Matt's implying this, but I do emphasize, I don't think that's necessarily going to be a year one outcome. It's a very high expectation if it is for year one. I do think best guard duo could be possible. I still think Philadelphia's got some good talent, but they're replacing guys. Maybe they got probably still better overall offensive line. Tampa's got some good players up front on that unit, but I do think you have the potential. Maybe not year one or day one, maybe down the road, but to have a best guard duo, which is not the first time the Cowboys would have had that even in recent memory. William, hope it is more than run up the field and turn around. This is about the offensive scheme with Schottenheimer because all curls should be shot into space. Just how I feel about it. Plus, he can get the screen game working. When was the last time the Cowboys had a really good screen game for execution being good? When was the last time? Feels like it's been a really long time, right? So I agree. I would like the screen game. I have come to the expectation that they're still going to have curls in there. That's fine as long as it's not all curls. Don't call 7-yard curls on 3rd and 10. Thought. Pickens is good at them, so throw them to him and not Brandon Cooks or Turpin or even maybe Stolbert. On the Cowboys offense, will it be better this year? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comments of today's show. Make it the pinned comment. So head down there and go vote. From Bloodslinger, thanks. Football's back when Bloodslinger's back in the super thanks column. I've heard rumors Blue is lazy and have a great work ethic. Explain to me how Blue and Deuce are any different. Both small backs, only a 3-inch difference. So I'll go in reverse order here. There are, I would actually argue, significant size differences. What's really almost 4 inches, it's really 3 3/4 from their combine measurements, and 15 pounds is a legitimate difference. That's sizable. Also, Blue is way faster. That's just the simplest one. Blue is far more explosive than what Deuce Vaughn is. Vaughn was more productive, though, but it's a college game versus NFL game, so I think Blue offers you far more big playability than Deuce Vaughn could or even more so has shown so far. Carson, on a similar note as the first one from Blood, are you concerned about the Jaydon Blue news? We broke that down on the Monday morning video. I'll make sure it's linked in the comment section of this on-demand mailbag for you. Short answer, not really. I feel like what really happened here was, again, as I said Monday, not taking shots, people. I don't feel like starting shit because feuds require energy that I just don't have. I feel like we're kind of merging some red flags that were there coming out of Texas to some, is it really you're talking to the coaches on the Cowboys roster or the Cowboys organization? Like, are you actually talking to them? Or are you just kind of like merging things? Because that's kind of how I interpreted it. Like, you haven't had the chances to be in the building yet. Like that's my main takeaway. Like, these guys haven't really been in there yet. Like, they got drafted a couple months ago. Most of them post-June are going to go stick with their current back trainer. Like, that's what they're going to be doing. Like, Booker was doing a lot of stuff with Manyweather, I believe. That's fine. So short answer is no. Long answer is like, even if I were, like, you have to, it's July 21st. Like, you should not be making sweeping statements on anybody, frankly. So what is your concern level? If there is any, on Jaydon Blue? 1 to 10, let me know in the comments section of today's show. Couple super chats here. Matt Temple first up. You think Jerry delays on these contracts because he's mentally stuck in the late 90s, early 2000s, and his goal is to keep people talking? It's very possible. That would not be a huge surprise to me if that was the case. It's frustrating. I mean, he mentioned Emmitt Smith like multiple times. Who cares? Like, I do wonder if deep down they're just kind of like stuck in their ways and thinking that, well, this is how we did it years ago. It's still right, and not good at making adjustments. This Cowboys hoodie is on sale. Was $55. Now it is $33. We'll put the link in the comments section and the description for you on today's show. It's chatsports.com/DAL hoodie. Go get yours today. It's not for July, although you could probably wear it out in Oxnard if you're going. But, fall, it's perfect for you. I did love this line from Luke Cook, so I'm glad you put it in the mailbag, Chris. The past drives Jerry and limits the future. I think that's spot on. I think that is a really good way of summing up what really is a variety of issues, like the crux of the issues with the way the Cowboys run. And it's not that they run terribly. Like, they win a bunch of games, but they haven't won to the level we all want them to. So criticism is fair when their own expectations are not met. And I think that sums it up quite well. $20 from Jatman. He says, President Jerry stumbled through. Secretary of the Budget Stevens seemed mad. People didn't know he's to blame for not talking to the agent. Once again, Schotty wins the press conference just by sounding competent. Spot the lie. I still forget who it was. Someone was like, in the comments or Twitter, whichever one it was, someone's like, I don't know what it is. I always like hearing I always like hearing Schotty speak. I'm like, well, part of it is, if you're out at the bar at 3 a.m., 1 a.m., and depending on who's there, and there's a bunch of 5s, the 7 looks better. If there's a bunch of 3s, the 6 looks way better. That's just, it's all relative. It's kind of like, when you spend a bunch of 90-degree days in the sun, and then, it's 75 the next day, it almost feels cold. But if it's been a bunch of 50-degree days, then it's 75 again. Well, now it feels hot. It's all relative. And that was relative for the way Schotty looked. Oh, I thought he was fine. He's always done a good job in the press conferences. I do think Steven was defensive, but it's nothing compared to Jerry drive-by shots at Micah and Trayvon Diggs and Terrence Steele. Maybe 5 was generous to begin with there. I was just trying not to be mean to anybody else. All right, Morgan, any interest in Noah Fant? Purely as like a player? Sure, of course. Like, I think that would actually be valuable. Like, I think that could make some sense because he's a good football player, and like, I want to get good football players on my roster. Does that mean he is going to have interest? My initial feeling is no. That I would bet you anything he is probably looking for more guaranteed playing time and a bigger role no matter what. And I don't think he gets that with Jake Ferguson present. Like, he can go pursue the Dolphins, for example, if they had the money. Like, Darren Waller, Jake Ferguson. Well, 2025, definitely Jake Ferguson's better. So my guess is unless there's an injury, he's going to go find a spot with more playing time and probably more money too. Would you sign Noah Fant? S for sign, P for pass. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. S for sign, P for pass. Robert Simmons, can the Cowboys sign Rasul Douglas? It's still a free agent with the quarterback room. Yes, he can. I suspect this one also might kind of fall more into the Noah Fant category, where I just feel like he's going to get a bigger playing time, more guaranteed money elsewhere, and that probably does make the most sense for everybody involved. So I would not be surprised if he goes somewhere else and the Cowboys pursue a different route. But if we get to August and he's unsigned and the Cowboys need somebody, I would not rule it out. Bill D, any chance they bring Gilmore in? Because I don't feel so great about the corners. I am inclined to agree. I would not be surprised if they brought somebody in. I think Gilmore, where he is in his career versus Douglas, I think does make some more sense. If they want a nickel, Mike Hilton makes a bunch of sense as well. My suspicion is they're going to get through this week, And they probably want at least a week of the pads being on. Pads go on next Monday. Then that gets you to early August. Then they'll potentially reevaluate. Heck, maybe they get through if they need to, if they think it's close, maybe they end up getting through the joint practice with the Rams, and then they'll go from there. But I would not be surprised if they got some help there. We're going to have more Cowboys coverage for you. We have not gone anywhere. We've had videos every day, even in the doldrums of June and July. Now camp's here. We're still going to have you covered. Hit that sub button so you don't miss out. Isa, who's your camp superstar this year? If we're talking like bigger names, George, GP3, Pickens. I pay attention to NFL as a whole because it's my job. Like, there will be, and the nice part about Cowboys camp is everything's filmed. Day 1, day 2, day 3, there's going to be some superhuman catch by George Pickens. He did it every year at Steelers camp, out in Latrobe, I think it was. He's doing it in Oxnard, too. So Pickens will make some unreal highlight catch, and then it's probably some other, like, more back of the roster receiver does something cool, because I think part of it is just like with camp, it's easier to tell if the receivers are playing well. Not so much with linemen or backs with no pads on, but you make the highlight reel catch. Everyone saw it. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it was you. So that could be Cropper again. I'd like if it were Mingo, one of the UDFAs. One of the back receivers will make a splash too. Chris B, people wonder why it's been 30 years. Nothing like talking bad about your players. Awesome. It's sometimes like, and this goes to life in general. If it's easy to not do something, I kind of don't have patience for you. Like, or if it's easy to do something, like, I don't have patience for you. Like, be a nice person to others. It's actually super easy. It's not hard at all, actually. Of just like being a regular, normal person. Like just being nice, having respect for others. Like, that's easy to do. Not taking shots at others, like, that's also easy to do. Like, I don't find it very challenging. Like, so I don't have patience for that. It's like, okay, what did you have to? Like, you're not, like, don't tell me they're trying to test the players and be strong. Like, no, just don't do it. Just back your guys. Like, it's different than like an office job, but like if your boss is just like bad mouthing you to everybody else around you, like that's not going to go well with them. So I just think it's bad leadership, it's bad management at the end.